Good evening. Thanks for tuning in, and welcome to Ayesha and Max's Movie Minute. This is Max, and I'm
Hi, guys.
Ayesha. And today we'll be talking about our Oscar predictions.
That's right, and we're going to be talking about what we think will win at the Oscars and also add our opinion on what we think should win at the Oscars in all the major Oscar categories. So let's get started. Ayesha, you want to kick us off?
Okay,
with our first
let's
category?
start with original screenplay. Okay, so what we have nominated for original screenplay is Bridge of Spies, Ex Machina, Inside Out, Spotlight, and Straight Outta Compton.
All right. So, do you want to hear it from me first?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Oh, you were going to explain what, should and what will.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so my prediction for what will win, just putting my opinion aside, I think it'll be Spotlight, just because it has a lot of other nominations and it has strong Best Picture prospects. But what I think should win, I would probably also say Spotlight, but I also want to say Straight Outta Compton, just because that's just been such a great film this past year that was under-recognized at the
Very
Oscars.
under-recognized.
And the fact that, this is its sole Oscar nomination, I think it's a good chance for it to at least get some attention in this lone Oscar category that it was acknowledged for.
I definitely agree.
So will win, Spotlight, should win, Spotlight / probably Straight Outta Compton. And yourself?
I agree with you. I think Straight Outta Compton should win too, because is this the only thing they're nominated for? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree that Straight Outta Compton should win. I think how they made it to like an original screenplay from the history of these rappers, and they made it into their kind of own story, which was really fascinating. It was really entertaining.
Right.
So I would definitely.
For should win.
Should win.
And will win?
Will win probably. I would have to say probably Spotlight too, because based on a true story, made it to the original.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with you completely. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
All right. Let's just keep going through this. Adapted screenplay. The nominees are The Big Short, Brooklyn, Carol, The Martian, and Room. So you go first this time. Should win. Will win.
Will win would probably be Big Short. I don't know why. I just have a feeling.
I agree with you.
I think it might be that. But what should win is Room. Definitely.
Great minds think alike. I'm telling you, Ayesha. No, I agree with you completely. I think The Big Short, just like Spotlight, is a really strong contender for Best Picture. So because it has big support like that, I think it has a good shot at picking up this screenplay award. And if you've seen the movie, it's just such smart dialogue and it's very fast-paced. But I also agree with you. Room is just that special jewel that I've loved all year long, and I definitely think that should be recognized in this category. It was such a heartfelt story about love.
Yeah, one of our favorites.
One of our favorites, our personal favorites, exactly. All right, so yeah, we agree again. Adapted screenplay. Let's move on to visual effects. Now, I haven't seen all of them. I've seen a few of them, and I think same for you. So why don't you kick it off?
So what's nominated for visual effects is Ex Machina, Mad Max: Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Star Wars, The Force Awakens. So I think what will win is probably Star Wars, because it's Star Wars. All the crazy features they have and all the visual effects they have. It's pretty amazing. I haven't seen Star Wars personally, but I know that's probably visually stunning.
And you can just tell in the trailer.
You could just tell all the money that they're making.
It's like, we got it.
It's not a green screen. They're probably actually in space.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. But I think what should win is Mad Max, because oh my god, Mad Max was so visually stunning. That was like my favorite part of the movie. Like all the visuals that they had, like the cars and the desert and it was just so cool.
Or wouldn't you think that would be more on the cinematography side of things, not much visual effects?
I think it has a lot to do with visual effects. Okay. Yeah. Because of, how everything was like put together and it was all visual effects.
Right. I agree
with. Think so?
Yeah, I agree with you that Star Wars would likely win for visual effects just because of the strong box office numbers, and it's just a legacy. Like, it's just an iconic American film, that movie. I do think this is a tough category, though, because you do have Mad Max, which is nominated for 10 Oscars, so that shows a lot of support. You
Yeah.
have The Martian 2,
Mhm.
which is a space movie, and Gravity won in this category, which is also a space movie, so
Yeah.
that shows some consistency. And then Ex Machina, you know, it was this like little movie, this little indie movie, but it's really found a strong base of support. I don't
Yeah.
think The Revenant will win. Like, as much as The Revenant was a good movie, you don't really think of it being good as in terms of visual effects.
Yeah, maybe cinematography.
Yeah, and we'll come to that in a
Yeah.
second, but I agree with you. Cinematography, it has a much stronger case to make. But I do think Star Wars will win. I think should win Mad Max.
Mad
I mean, that
Max.
was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Okay, going down the line, we better disagree because this is getting boring. We're just agreeing so
Yeah.
far. Okay, let's move on to sound mixing.
Okay, you
Oh,
yeah.
should I? Okay.
Should.
Sound mixing, the nominees are Bridge of Spies, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, and Star Wars. This is a category, I think it'll probably be Star Wars. You know, I think just like visual effects, Star Wars will just continue wrapping up these little technical
Probably,
Oscars.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, they have the best team. It's Star Wars.
that's true. So I think Star Wars will win, and it probably even should win. You know, maybe Mad Max. I'm just a huge Mad Max fan. I love that movie. But yeah, what do you think?
I would have to agree with you on that too.
Alright, then let's do
okay,
sound editing.
let's do sound
Honestly,
editing.
I have no idea what the difference
I
is between
don't
sound
either.
mixing and sound editing. But
Is that when you like put the sounds?
I guess editing the sound versus
Yeah.
mix. I don't know.
Maybe
Let's
we should
just
do some research.
let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, nonetheless let's see what we think about sound editing. So, go ahead.
Okay. So
Just list the nominees. You can do it, girl.
Mad Max, The Martian, The Revenant, Sicario, and what's the last
Star
one?
Wars.
Star Wars.
I think it's going to be Star Wars, honestly. No, seriously. I mean, Star Wars is just going to wrap up all these little Oscars. I think that will win.
Yeah.
Should win, probably Mad Max. This is all just sounding like
This
the
is
same
so
thing.
funny.
And you probably agree.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just okay, now that we have that out of the way, now that we have those
Yeah.
little sound awards out of the way, let's move on to production design. Well, first, I
Okay.
just want to make a quick shout out for animated short. I haven't seen any of these movies, which is why we're not really going to talk about it, but I do think that Sanjay's Super Team is going to win. It's a Disney short film, and those little movies always do really well.
Oh yeah, Disney
And-
always
Right.
smacks the Oscars.
So I just want to make my little prediction that I think that's going to win, even though I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Okay, production design.
All right. Bridge of Spies nominated, The Danish Girl, Mad Max, The Martian, and The Revenant. So, production design. I think what will win is probably The Danish Girl, because what's the setting of The Danish Girl? Like it's the
1920s.
1920s.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
In Europe.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of things going for it. It's a period piece.
Yeah, it's a period piece.
And what do you think will... Wait, that's who...
What will win?
Okay, and what should win? Your personal opinion.
Probably The Revenant should win. Because I
Okay.
think I know they're like in the middle of nowhere, but they probably still had to set up the camps, and I thought that was very nicely done.
Right.
Yeah, I think what should win is The Revenant.
Right.
Oh, actually, no, I forgot The Martian. Ooh.
You think The Martian? I didn't think you were a big Martian fan, though.
I know, but like I thought it was.
It just in terms of the set decoration?
Yeah,
Okay.
because the camp and the whole place
Okay.
you had to live in the camp,
Right.
which was really cool.
I agree with you. I think what will win will be Mad Max, actually. I just think, it just got these 10 Oscar nominations.
Oh, this
and
is hard. Yeah.
I know, yeah.
I'm like disagreeing with my opinion. I'm like, maybe Mad Max should win.
Right.
Okay.
But
Continue.
I do think that will win. And The Danish Girl was obviously a beautiful film, but I think it only got like 3 or 4 nominations. And usually you can tell based on how many nominations a film gets, how it's going to do. And so I really don't think it'll do that. I don't think it'll win based on that fact. And so I think Mad Max is going to win. I think what should win, probably Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Best Original Song, Earned It from 50 Shades of Grey, Manta Ray from Racing Extinction, I think that's a doc. Simple Song number 3, Youth, Till It Happens to You, The Hunting Ground, that's the Lady Gaga song. And Writings on the Wall, Spectre, that's that Sam Smith song. I think it's going to be Till It Happens to You from The Hunting Ground. The Hunting Ground is a documentary about sexual assault on campuses, and Lady Gaga wrote it. So that's star power. Okay. So I think that'll win. Would you agree?
I would agree too. I've heard that song. It's a very nice song.
Right. I don't think members of the Academy would want to give 50 Shades of Grey an Oscar.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that it's even nominated for an Oscar.
It's very surprising. Yeah.
So I
was like, okay. And The Weeknd sang earned it, so.
Right.
That's a big score for him.
Right.
So congrats for him.
Congrats. And it's just amazing the star power you have in this category. You have The Weeknd, Sam Smith, and Lady Gaga. So that's pretty crazy.
The Sam Smith song was really great too.
Right.
I really like that song. So big shout out to him. Good job.
But I think it is going to end up being Till It Happens to You.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
But Lady Gaga getting an
That's
Oscar
true.
and
an
a
Oscar and a Golden
Globe
Globe in the same year.
Wow.
Yeah. People probably won't like that. Okay, let's move on to original score. Do you want to list the nominees for that one?
So original score: Bridge of Spies, Carol, The Hateful Eight, Sicario, and Star Wars.
Okay, I am going to say I don't think it's going to be Bridge of Spies. Don't think it's going to be Sicario. I'm just doing process of elimination on this one. I think it's either going to be Hateful Eight or Star Wars. I'm going to go with Hateful Eight because it won at the Golden Globes for music, and so I think that's a good foreshadowing of what's to come.
Yeah.
But I think what will win will be Star Wars.
Me too.
I mean, no, what should win will be Star Wars. What will win, Hateful Eight. Should win, Star Wars.
I think what will win is Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think what should win is Hateful Eight.
All right.
All right.
Disagreement. Love it. Okay. Makeup and hairstyling. The nominees are Mad Max Fury Road, The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared. I bet you never heard that movie before. That was weird.
No! What is that movie
I have
about?
no idea, but it's like this foreign film.
Really?
It's crazy how that popped into this category.
We need to get into that.
Yeah, we need to check that out. And The Revenant. I think that... Okay, this is makeup.
The Revenant.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Mad Max.
I think it's going to be
Makeup
Revenant.
and hairstyling?
Yeah.
Mad Max.
The Revenant.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean,
but Mad Max, they had all that makeup on those people, and
but like the snow.
like think of Charlize Theron.
That's true.
So, but you're okay. But what do you think should win? So you think Revenant will win? Do you think Revenant should win, or do you think Mad Max should win?
I think Mad Max should win.
Okay.
I think the Revenant.
I think Mad Max both will and should.
Yeah.
Moving on. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I don't.
Okay, let's move on to film editing. This is, I feel like, is a very important category because, like, if it's poor editing, you get bored.
Yeah.
You know? So the nominees are The Big Short, Mad Max Fury Road, The Revenant, Spotlight, Star Wars, and what do you think?
I think what should win is probably The Revenant. And what will win is probably The Revenant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that for what should win, Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Because,
are you only saying that because your name is Max?
No, I know. You would think I'm such a big Mad Max fan because I'm just saying Mad Max for all these categories. But technically speaking, the film was such a masterpiece. So I do think Mad Max should win editing just because you were interested, you know, from beginning to end. I really wasn't looking down at my phone that many times. That's a good, you know, test to see how interested you are in the film. Because for Spotlight, it did get a little boring. It picked up in the second half, but I was a little bored. Star Wars did have good editing, although I don't think it's going to win here. Yeah, I do think it's going to be Mad Max. I do. I don't see any of the others winning it. Well, I do think it should win. As far as what will win, probably, Mad Max. And you think...
I think The Revenant might win because I thought the film was very, like, how it was, like, sequenced. It was really nice, and that has to do with a lot of film editing. They added a lot of, like, the nice cinematography, but it kept, you know, the story going, and it kept, like, the audience going. I thought it was nicely edited.
Okay. We have our disagreements. I love
Yes,
it.
we do.
Let's move on to costume design.
Okay.
The nominees for costume design are Carol, Cinderella, The Danish Girl, Mad Max Fury Road, and The Revenant. Now, for me, what should win? Cinderella. It's its only nomination. Let's just give it to it here. It's just like Room. It's a little jewel in my heart, but for a different type because Room is is really heavy. Cinderella is like a nice, charmful film, and the costumes are just out of the ballpark in that movie. So I think Cinderella should win. And as far as what will win, I do think it's going to be a toss-up between probably Carol and Cinderella. But I'm leaning towards Cinderella. I was actually
thinking that I would probably think they would give it to The Danish Girl because the Oscars really love, the time period movies, and they always give it to, the movies that have the nice big dresses and the gowns.
Right,
and all
and now that you're saying that, that's very interesting that because you predict Danish Girl to win both costume design and production design. That's funny because, oh god, this is so nerdy that I know this. But 2 years ago, The Great Gatsby was nominated for, I believe, only 2 Oscars, and it won both of them. And,
really?
And it was for costume design and production design. So those 2 categories have a history of awarding the same film. So you may be onto something if you predict, and you don't even know it. But no, you seriously are.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's always like that, though.
It
is.
Because
I've noticed that a lot.
If a film does have good costumes, it does also tend to have good production design, vice versa. So you think Danish Girl will win, correct? And should win. What do you think?
Should win. Probably Mad Max.
Right.
Because I thought their costumes were really cool and crazy, It was...
Everything was crazy.
It was really... I loved it. I thought it was really different.
Right.
I think the costumes really made a big impact on the movie and the time period of, the craziness that was going on.
I agree with you. Mad Max was very crazy and different, although I don't think in terms of costume design. I think more in terms of production design, cinematography, visual effects.
Costumes too.
But us disagreeing keeps this conversation moving forward, which I love. Okay, let's move on to cinematography. Ayesha, let's hear the nominees.
Carol, The Hateful Eight, Mad Max, The Revenant, and Sicario.
Should win, will win. What do you think?
Should win, Revenant, will win, Revenant.
I agree with you. Should win, will win, both Revenant. I don't care that the cinematographer of The Revenant won the past 2 years. This year was another great film.
Oh, this year was such a good...
From Emmanuel Lubezki.
Oh, yeah.
Or as he likes to be called, Chivo. So I think The Revenant will win, and I also think it should win. Although it sucks because Mad Max was also just breathtaking. So that's like right behind The Revenant for me for second place.
I think so.
Yeah, it sucks that both those films came out the same year because Mad Max I feel like would be a lock any other year, but just the fact that it's with The Revenant.
But at least it got nominated for Best Picture too,
So did The Revenant. Yeah.
But The Revenant was like, it's most likely obviously going to get nominated, but I didn't expect Mad Max to get nominated, even though it was like a movie that I really loved.
True.
It was like,
Okay, so we both agree will win, should win, Revenant. I just want to make a quick shout out to Sicario, the cinematographer for that. Roger Deakins has been nominated 12 times for Best Cinematography and hasn't won yet. And
this is his year.
Yeah, well, no, it's obviously not because you have The Revenant and everyone loves this, The Revenant.
We'll see.
So, and he actually, what's that word I'm trying to look for? He made history with the most nominations with no win in the cinematographer race in Oscar history, being nominated 12 times, having not yet won. This is his 12th nomination. But yeah, I still don't think he'll win. It will. I mean, and it's sad too. Like he's gonna lose to a guy that won 3 years in a row.
Oh, that's really sad.
Maybe that'll change your should win prediction.
Maybe.
Have you seen Sicario?
No.
Okay. Let's keep going. We need we're on limited time here.
Okay.
Let's animated feature.
Anomalisa.
All right.
Boy in the World, Inside Out, Shaun the Sheep, and When Marnie was here. Marnie was here. Sorry.
Was there?
Yeah.
Boy in the World and When Marnie Was There. Those are 2 foreign animated films that I never really heard of. But I mean, this is totally a lock for Inside Out. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like really no competition here. Maybe Anomalisa, just because it's like more adult, and the Academy might take
But probably not.
Yeah.
No.
We saw Anomalisa.
Yeah, we did.
It was interesting.
It was
we had
very
to
intimate.
think about it.
Yeah.
But Inside Out, we both agree will win
Yeah,
and should win on
Inside Out.
Okay. Now that we agree there, let's move on to some of the meatier categories. That is
the major ones.
The major ones.
The
Do
important
you want to get
ones.
started with acting, or do you want to quickly do directing?
We'll do directing.
And then
Okay.
we'll get started with acting. Okay. So for directing, the nominees are The Big Short, Mad Max, The Revenant, Room, Spotlight. Okay. For will win, don't think it's going to be Room. Don't think it's going to be The Big Short.
Probably The Revenant.
Don't think it's going to be Spotlight. I think this is between Revenant and Mad Max.
Alejandro.
I think, it's probably going to be Alejandro 2 years in a row. He won at the DGA this past weekend, which is a good precursor to who's going to win here. So I do think it's going to be Alejandro, but I would watch out for George Miller for Mad Max. As far as should win, George Miller. He's just been directing films for decades, and this would be his first win for Best Director at the Oscars, and he's in his 70s. So I think this is a great opportunity to award him for this Mad Max franchise that he's just invested so much time into for his entire life. So will win Revenant, but I'm a little hesitant in that, and should win Mad Max.
Mad Max. Totally agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going. Let's move on to the acting category. Okay, we have 7 minutes left, so let's get through this too. Okay. Best Supporting Actress. Jennifer Jason Leigh for The Hateful Eight. Rooney Mara for Carol. Rachel McAdams for Spotlight. Alicia Vikander for The Danish Girl. And Kate Winslet for Steve Jobs. Literally, I can see any one of these 5 winning.
Let's see who's going to win. On a count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Kate Winslet.
No, I was well, you caught me off guard because I was just like repeating what you were saying. No, I think it's going to be Alicia Vikander for The Danish Girl, and I'll tell you why. She won at Critics' Choice, and she won at SAG. Boom. I mean, once you win those 2, it's kind of hard, like, to lose.
Yeah.
Kate Winslet did win at the Golden Globes, although I do think SAG is more predictive, and the fact that they gave it to Alicia says something. And Rooney Mara used to be a contender in my eyes, but I feel like she's kind of drifted away just because she hasn't been winning at all these shows. So I do think Alicia Vikander will win. Should win Kate Winslet. I mean, like I said at last week's episode, Kate Winslet, male or female, gave one of the best performances of the year, in my opinion. So yeah, and what do you think?
I think who should win is Kate Winslet, and I think who will win, probably Alicia for The Danish Girl.
No, you just said Kate Winslet. Why are you changing your answer?
No, I'm saying what should win, but I feel like she will win.
Alicia Vikander?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Kate Winslet.
I think Kate Winslet should win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think who will probably win is
Right.
Alicia.
And like I said, I could see any one of these 5 winning because like Jennifer Jason Leigh also had a great year with Hateful Eight and for Anomalisa. Rooney Mara, she still maybe could be on the radar. Rachel McAdams, if Spotlight wins Best Picture, maybe she could go along for the ride and win Supporting Actress. And Kate Winslet, like I said, won at the Globe, so I could really see any of those 5 win. But I do think Alicia Vikander will eke it out. All right, Supporting Actor.
Supporting role. Okay. Christian Bale for The Big Short, Tom Hardy for The Revenant, Mark Ruffalo for Spotlight, Mark Rylance for Bridge of Spies, and Sylvester Stallone for Creed.
I mean, this is no...
I think we can pretty much say that.
It's gonna be Sylvester Stallone. This is his year.
Definitely.
Just the character he's played for decades.
Yeah, he needs an Oscar for that.
He needs it. So we agree
Amazing.
will win and should win Sylvester. Okay. No competition there. Let's move on to Best Actress. Here we go.
Okay.
Cate Blanchett for Carol, Brie Larson for Room, Jennifer Lawrence Joy, Charlotte Rampling 45 Years, and Saoirse Ronan Brooklyn. Now I still need to see Charlotte Rampling's performance in 45 Years. I need to catch that.
I have not seen 45 Years.
It's this foreign film that I need to see. Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
It's going to be Brie Larson.
It's going to be Brie Larson.
Jennifer Lawrence already won recently. Cate Blanchett won recently. I guess Saoirse Ronan would be the only competitor, but I just think that Room has so much more support.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Brie Larson this year.
Okay.
That's her year.
But hey, Charlotte Rampling, She's an older actress. She's been in the industry for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
She may win Best Actress as kind of like a Lifetime Achievement Award
Yeah.
type of thing. But we shall see. But I think we both agree will win, should win. Brie Larson.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's move on to Best Actor. This really isn't. Should we even run through the nominees? Okay, we have to. Bryan Cranston, Trumbo, Matt Damon, The Martian, Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant, Michael Fassbender, Steve Jobs, and Eddie Redmayne, The Danish Girl. 1, 2, 3.
Leonardo DiCaprio!
I mean, obviously, this isn't any question. He's definitely going to win, right?
He's going to win.
He's going to win. There's no question about that. So that's will win. Who do you think should win? I'm kidding. No, you obviously think he both will and should.
Yeah. Oh
I don't know.
What if he doesn't win?
He's going to win.
What if he doesn't win? Who do you think is gonna win?
Oh, that's not even
Matt Damon.
That's not. No, it's no one else. It's gonna go to no one if he doesn't win. Like
It's just gonna go in the trash.
He's such a lock for this, you know. Although I just have to. I didn't really enjoy Trumbo. I didn't really enjoy Matt Damon in The Martian. Right? We talked about this. He didn't really transform into any character. Eddie Redmayne just won last year, even though he did give a great performance this year.
Oh yeah.
But I am such a Steve Jobs fan, and I would enjoy seeing Michael Fassbender win. I know. That's a little upsetting to you, but I do think it's gonna be.
I'm just gonna go. Just kidding.
But I am a Steve. I did enjoy Steve Jobs more than The Revenant this year, to be honest.
You did?
I was such a fan of that smart dialogue.
Yeah.
So maybe should win. I don't know. I know you're mad. Okay, you're getting mad at me. No. Okay, Leo will win, and he most likely should. Okay, all right, we have 2 minutes left. Let's talk about the big category.
Best
of 2015. Are you ready? You want me to read the first 4? You'll read the last 4?
Okay.
All right. The first 4 are The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max. Go ahead. Let's talk about the last 4.
The Martian.
All right.
The Revenant.
Oh, yeah.
Room.
Okay.
And Spotlight.
All right.
So,
What will win?
Actually,
What's going to win? What?
I don't know. This is
Literally?
really hard. Mad
Okay.
Max was...
Okay, we have like a minute left.
Okay.
So,
We're just like not talking.
No, because this has literally been the first time in so long that this is such a wide open race. I could envision mostly any of these winning it.
Uh-huh.
But bottom line, I think this comes down to 3 movies. Big Short won at the Producers Guild. Revenant won at the Directors Guild. And Spotlight won at SAG. So you see support for each one of those 3. I think Spotlight's going to eke it out. And I think for what should win, Room. I'm just a fan of Room. I think Room should win. I don't see it winning. I do think it's going to be Spotlight that will win. But I think it's going to be by a hair. But I could see Revenant or Big Short winning it too. But I'm going to go with Spotlight. Go ahead. 35 seconds.
Okay, I think what should win is probably The Revenant.
Okay.
What will win is probably Big Short.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Or actually, I think what will win is probably Spotlight, just because, like,
Oh.
what you've said, how, like...
You're just covering your bases. You
I
first
know.
say...
I don't know. This is really hard.
This is really hard. But you know what? Bottom line, I think we can agree this was a great year.
It was a great year. I mean, it was a rocky year, but...
Let's not end the show like that. Well, thank you guys so much
Thank
for tuning in.
you.
We really appreciate it. Ayesha and Max's Movie Minute. Appreciate it.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.